It is not defeat that destroys you, it is being demoralized by defeat that destroys you. The more you study, the more you know, how less you know. I have always believed that one should not be scared of losing. I think that really is the key. Never give up, no matter how hard life gets, no matter how much pain you feel. Pain will eventually subside, nothing remains forever, so keep going and don't give up. Are we Pakistanis, children of a lesser God? Is there one law for the West and one for us? Is our democracy supposed to be only democracy if you give us a no objection certificate? Lack of rule of law is the main reason Pakistan could not join the ranks of progressive nations. Compromise for your dream, but never compromise on your dream. Leader leads people. Leader does not follow public opinion. We must speak the truth if we are to be a great nation. Crime should not pay, it must be punished. Unfortunately, in Pakistan big crimes do get rewarded. Holy Prophet PBUH promulgated a justice system regardless of status of people, yet in Pak the powerful easily escapes. Faith without wisdom and knowledge could produce bigots completely lacking in compassion and tolerance. There is so much debate about moderate and radical Islam, but there is only one Islam. My Pakistanis, you have not left me alone, and I promise I will never leave you alone, inshallah. Imran Khan asked Pakistanis of 4 things at the historic Lahore Jalsa. 1. We shall never lie and always speak the truth. 2. Leave our egos behind and only think of this nation. There are 11 crore Pakistanis living beneath poverty line. 3. We shall be brave and break the shackles of fear. 4. We have to bring justice to this society. Even if our friends and relatives do injustice, we shall be fair and bring them to justice. Allah exalts whom He wills. Certain folks start playing Sindh card despite having ravaged the life of the common Sindhi. Mothers, train your children to only speak truth. Bravery is standing with the truth and right. The war on terror is the most insane and immoral war of all time. The Americans are doing what they did in Vietnam, bombing villages. But how can a civilized nation do this? How can you eliminate suspects, their wives, their children, their families, their neighbors? How can you justify this? I want you all to stand like the Muslims who stood with La ilaha illallah for truth and right. There are greater goals in life than material and sensual pleasures. Prophet, PBUH, considered the ink of a scholar to be holier than the blood of a martyr. Say goodbye to the IMF once and for all, as the IMF's conditions enriches the rich and impoverishes the poor. Good deeds must be rewarded by the system and crimes be punished. This is the essence of meritocracy. Ethnic-based politics is being used to exhort people to serve own ends. This is anathema to concept of nationalism. When you remove the concept of reward and punishment on merit, the result is the utter destruction of social fabric. I wanted to be an outstanding player. That was my ambition. Faith should be about encouraging all that is noble in a human being. When I announced my party, Tehreek-e-Insaf, Movement for Justice, on April 25, 1996, I had lost all fear of dying. A condemned poor man, if steals to feed his starving kid, is slammed into prison. Contrast this to a rich man's crime. Leader follows his ideology, leader does not follow his relatives and friends. According to the UNDP, United Nations Development Program, 54% of Pakistanis face multidimensional deprivation. meaning they lack access to proper education and health facilities and a decent standard of living. Almost two-thirds of the country lives on less than $2 a day, and about 40% of Pakistani children suffer from chronic malnutrition. How can Pakistan be called an Islamic society? End your ego, think of nation. Starting a war is in our hands, it is easy. But ending a war, that is not in our hands, and no one knows what will happen. The Pakistani government is keen to bring about a revolution in Balochistan through projects of infrastructure and human development.